If there was a loser award of the year, I felt like it was meant for me because that's how my 2024 was. Hi everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is Darshini and let's get into this video. Let's talk about how I celebrated my last 28th birthday and how difficult it was. I was technically fired from the job that I was doing. I had lost a relationship which I was in for 2 years and I thought I'd marry the guy. I had no friends. I thought I was just this one person who was good at nothing. I felt so bad. I felt uncomfortable in my body. I felt so shitty with everything that was going on. And I thought I was the reason. And I hated myself. I hated every step I took to get there. I hated everything that I did. I hated the city. I hated everything. I hated myself. As somebody who grew up with decent grades in school, as somebody who was always good at studies, always good at sport, always good at everything that she wanted to do in her school, she was known for being the all rounder. She had lost everything. I felt so lost. I felt so disturbed. I felt so bad. And I thought I would be married by 28. And here I was. I had nothing, nothing, zero confidence. I was so unhappy that I just wanted to just let go and forget I existed. I'd gone 2 months without a job in a city that nobody provides me. I did not have anybody to support me, and of course I was super hyper independent and I would not ask for help. I felt so bad that I thought I did not deserve lunch and dinner. I did not deserve anything. I spoke to myself so unkindly. I spoke to myself with so much hate. I had hurt myself mentally so much. I used to criticize myself. I used to tell myself, you don't deserve anything in this world. You don't deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to live a happy life. And then I put in the work. I put in the work to start loving myself, to learn to become the better version of myself. And look at me now. Look at the glow that has come after I put in all the work to make myself better from what I was. It wasn't an easy journey, and I am going to teach you how to get there. As somebody who always told others how to live life, what to do next in their careers, was an inspiration to her cousins, I felt like I was nowhere. I felt so lost. I felt so disturbed. I felt so much hate to Instagram. It did not do anything good for me. 21 years old, 19-year-old were making tons and tons of money, and I felt so disappointed in myself that I couldn't do it at the age of 27. I felt like everything was closing in. I was just my whole life was ending. And if that is how you felt, maybe this video will give you the hope and the confidence to actually do something, to actually come out of it, to actually build something for yourself, and especially to love yourself for whatever you are, because your experiences are the reason why you've become whatever you've become today. And we will get into it right now. I hope this video serves you as a reminder that nothing is working for you right now, and you feel like your time is running out. I hope this video serves you as a reminder that nothing is lost and you can build your own life. Even now, there is no limit to what age you can start becoming rich and famous. There is nothing that can stop you from becoming what you want to become. No, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken guy made his money at the age of 50 plus. He built his whole life there. His family still makes money out of what he built at the age of 50. So never ever think that your time is running out and you have to do it right now. Some people find their partners in school and college. Some people find their dream partners 2 days into the relationship. They find their partners in arranged marriages and they end up living the happiest life. Why are we comparing ourselves to these people who have had different lives? They have chosen different paths. They have different experiences. They have different parents. They come from somewhere else. Why are we busy comparing? And this is not just for you, this is also for me. Why did I start comparing myself to people younger than me, to people who are doing better than me? Why did I think that I was running out of time? So my hope from this video is that if you're watching this and thinking that your life is over and you can't do anything right now to make it better, so this video serves as a reminder that nothing is lost. You can do whatever you want to do, whatever you want to build, any day you want to build. A lot of people figure out their lives very late in life. Nobody knows what's happening next. Nobody is prepared for what's happening next. Nobody knows what is going to exactly happen. Yes, some of the things you might have figured out. You might have figured out a partner or a job or something. You never know what's going to happen. At least COVID taught us that. We had so many plans, but then COVID hit and so many things changed. I think that can serve us as that particular thing can serve us as a reminder that nothing in life is guaranteed. Everything is changeable. Everything you want can be changed. Everything that you want can come to life. You just have to put in the effort. Let this video serve you as a reminder that there is still time and you can do anything you want to do, and you deserve the world. And I'm here to tell you that I am the example of having nothing and coming to whatever I am right now. The reason that you're feeling anxious right now, the reason you're feeling lost right now, is because you don't know where you are, what you want to do, and what you actually want to build. I promise you, I've been there. I've been in these places where I did not know what my purpose was. I did not know what I wanted to do. I actually did not know what to do with my money. I did not know what to do with my life. I was just flowing, and I was just so lost in my own self, and I did not know what to do next. Um I was so heartbroken. On my last birthday, I felt like I did not know where I was. I did not know what I wanted. I did not know what I wanted to do next. I was so lost on my last birthday. I felt like, what am I even doing with my life? Why am I lost? And you might be one of those people, which is why you're watching this video, or I'm sure you might have seen these people who are lost. You might be feeling a combination of these three, or you might be just feeling one of those. If you are one of those people, let me tell you, we will figure this out. And this 2025, we will thrive. If you are one of those people who has been feeling lost, who doesn't know what to do next, that's a good thing. You know why? Which means that you are actually trying to change yourself, actually trying to reinvent yourself, actually trying to build something big for yourself. Imagine being the person you were in school and college and not changing a bit. That means that you would have not grown at all. That means you would have been stuck in that loop. You would have been happy with the old life that you had, the average life that I had. I don't want to be that person, and I don't think anybody should want to be that person who is stuck at whatever level they grew up in. The whole point is to get to the next level, is to get to the next part. That means if you are feeling lost, if you are feeling like you don't know where to go, that means you in your life, that's a good sign, because you are trying to figure out what is your next step. It's like a video game, right? Every time you go to the next step, you never know how to take care of the villain, how many obstacles you will have, how many people you will have to actually mess with to actually get to the next part, to how will you win that game. And there's a joy, you get to figure it out all by yourself. You get to live that life and you get to figure it all out, and that's the fun part. Every time you feel lost, every time you feel like I don't know what my next step is and how will I figure it out, consider that as an opportunity to do the next big thing. Because imagine we live for about what, 60, 70 years, say 50 years. Imagine if we had everything figured out by the age of 60. It'll be so boring. It'll be the most boring life, and you just go around life and living the same routine, doing the same thing over and over again, and you'd not know. And one day you'll just die and you would have not built anything big. There needs to be some kind of thing that pulls you down, so that there is the only way, which is to go up. If you don't go down, if you we talk about this in our salsa classes. They say that if you want to take like a right turn, you have to prep towards the left. If you don't prep, which is if you don't fall down, how will you take that bigger jump to actually take the right turn? How will you take the bigger jump? When we were little, we've been told that you have to go to a certain school, you have to finish your 10th standard, you have to go to a certain college, you have to do your 12th standard, then you have to do your graduation, then you have to do an MBA, then you have to do a PhD. Somehow it feels like there is this pattern for life. There is like, if you follow the blueprint, you'll be able to live a happy life. But you know what? Life does not run on a blueprint. You don't know what kind of challenges I had. I don't know what kind of challenges you had. We never know what will happen next. Somebody will become famous at the age of 19. Somebody will make their biggest money at the age of 30. Somebody will find love in school and college. Somebody will find love while on a solo trip. Some people will be friends for years and years and not realize that they were meant to be, and one day they'll just walk around and figure out, hey, we should date and we should marry. That's how a lot of people figure out life. If you think that running on this blueprint is something that will change your life, it will not. Your timeline is different from my timeline. I might have learned how to do videos at the age of 20. You might learn how to make your videos at the age of 40 and make more money than me, and I want that for you. Everybody has a different time. Somehow we've been taught that if you follow the blueprint, if you live the life that our parents lived, if we live the life that our friends lived, is how we'll figure out our lives. But that's not true. I hope you know that you are supposed to figure out your own life. You are supposed to live your own life. You are supposed to have challenges. You are supposed to have downfalls, and then you figured out your life. If you are somebody who's messed up in their teens, if you are somebody who messed up at their first job or the last job you did, or you got fired, that does not mean that you have a bad life. That does not mean you deserve a bad life. That only means it was a bad situation where you were in, and there's a learning there, of course, that maybe you shouldn't work for a toxic company, maybe you should always voice out your complaints, maybe you should be better with communication. It does not mean that you deserve a bad life. It means that it was a bad situation. Let it go. Let's blame the situation, make the next move for what we actually want to do in life. We get lost in this feeling of where has all the time gone, what will I do, how will I start everything in my 30s, how will I find the love of my life, and at the age of 28. At least that's what I thought when I was actually celebrating my birthday solo this year. I was like, I'm at the age of 28. I thought by this time I'd be married and I'll have kids. And I started thinking, oh my god, where am I going to find the love of my life? What is going to happen? Do I have to settle down? Will I never get married? How? And I went in such a big panic mode that I scared myself into thinking I don't deserve anything. But that's not the truth. So let's start fixing that right now. Let's start thinking about how every day is day one. Don't care about whether it is the start of the year, mid of the year, end of the year, whatever. Every day is day one of something. Learn to do something new today, especially something for your dream self. There is this potential self that is waiting for you, that is waiting for you to make the next move, for you to become the best version of yourself. Who are you waiting for? Why are you not using every day to be the first day of something? Today can be your day one of running. Today can be your day one of making videos. Today can be your day one of anything that you want. Today can be your day one of learning coding. Today can be your day one of starting MBA classes. Today can be your day one of learning something from YouTube. Today can be your day one of actually becoming a famous YouTuber. What is stopping you? Why are you not taking that next step? Hey Dash, what does every day is day one even mean? You know, I follow this amazing comedian called Zakir Khan. He's like one of the most famous comedians. He's one of the most respectable comedians in India. And he's not just a good comedian, he's an amazing artist. I feel like people who don't even follow comedy will look at him and go, get stuck in like this awe. He has this personality which is just so charming, just so inspiring. You look at his content and you'll feel like, wow, what beautiful content. And he had put up this post a couple of days back where he'll say day one and one day means day one you start actually writing jokes, and one day you actually become famous. Day one of something that you actually want to do is going to lead you to your one day becoming this famous, amazing, fitter, richer part of you. For somebody who's always been told that hey, there's a particular way of living life, there's this blueprint, especially if you're from India and your parents were strict like mine were, and you would be told that hey, this is the way you live your life, this is how much you study, this is how much money you make, this is how much you spend, this is the age you get married, this is the age you make babies, etc., etc. You would be in this blueprint, and I want you to know, if you want to break out of it, this is a sign that you should, or day one can start right now, and it'll lead you to your one day. Because you've been told how to live your life, and you might feel like you are kind of lost, you are behind than your peers, because all of your friends are getting married, or if your family members are making so much money, all your people that you thought that were weaker than you, that were dumber than you, are making so much money, they're becoming so much richer, they're living their own life. But for you, day one starts today. Why don't you start today? Why don't you give yourself a shot to learn something that you want to learn? Abba nahi manenge, I know, but why don't you give yourself that first day of learning something? The first day is going to always feel shitty. It is going to break your heart, because I understand that learning something on day one is always going to be very scary. I started learning Latin dancing on day one. When I looked at my teachers, they were like, "Oh my God, they were so beautifully dancing," and I was like, "Wow, oh my God, how will I even get there?" And people now come and tell me, "Oh my God, you've gotten so good at dancing." That's when I tell them, because I took it as one day at a time. Day one of learning something, day one of learning something is going to actually help you to get to your one day of somebody coming and telling you, "Oh wow, I wish I could dance like that." Give yourself the chance to fail sometimes. It's okay to fail multiple times. When you fail and you learn from it, that is when that means you'll get to that one day very, very quickly. We have this expectation from life that everything will be figured out. I think that is something that we've been told since childhood, that our life is supposed to go in this certain way. There is like this line that we are supposed to follow, but that's not how life is. I have seen people who have had the best relationships and the most supportive partners were making like tons of money, and some health issue will pull them down to zero, and they can't even go to that job where they were making tons of money. Their partner is not being supportive because they have been in so much health issues. So life is never figured out. Everything is like this mess. We need to set the right expectation that life is going to be messy like this, but we have to thrive, we have to become better every single day. It's not a bad life, it's just a bad day, and you can just sleep on it, and the next day you'll have everything in your control. You can cry it out, you can vent it out, you can shout about it, you can go on walks, you can go to the gym and get your aggression out, and then the next day you should realize that, hey, today is going to be better. Today is something that I'm today is the day I get to start something new. Today, I think one of the biggest problems that we have, which is setting the wrong expectations in life. We will look at these influencers, we'll look at these people who've had like amazing lives, and we'll say, "Oh yeah, they married at 26 and had kids at 28 and had the second baby at 30, and they're living the best lives, and that is what I want." That is because we don't know what they went through to actually get there, and we set that expectation for ourselves. Okay, she lived that certain life, so I live that life, and we set this expectation and we break ourselves to get there, and we start cursing ourselves because we haven't gotten there. I know I've done that. Things just didn't work out. We set up such wrong expectations from ourselves, such unrealistic expectations from ourselves, that hey, life is going to be a certain way, but we never actually take the effort to work it out. Why do we set such unrealistic expectations? All our movies, all our songs have put this in our head that hey, we are supposed to live a certain life. It's not what the world wants out of us. What if we are supposed to be rich and famous by the age of 32, making tons of money, providing employment to make build the next business and build the next whatever, like Amazon or Flipkart or Mintra? What if I am supposed to do that? One of the biggest reason that happens is because we don't know ourselves enough, because we've set up this expectations at the age of 18, 19, where we are looking at movies and we are thinking, I live this life. That is such a wrong thing to do, because you know nothing by the age of 19, 20 of what you actually want from your life. You still don't know where you'll be tomorrow. How can we set up such unrealistic expectation for ourselves and then badger ourselves, feel so bad about what we actually went through? Why do we do that to ourselves? That is because we don't know ourselves enough. If we knew ourselves enough, like, but the bigger expectation I have in life is consistently to work on myself and to know my worth, to know my value, to know my likes and dislikes, to make the money, to make sure I am happy, to make sure my family is happy, to make sure I live a comfortable life, to make sure that my partner lives a comfortable life, to make sure my family lives a comfortable life. What I wanted at the age of 15 is so much different from what I wanted at the age of 18. What I wanted at the age of 21 is so much different from what I wanted at the age of 28. It consistently changes. So the effort that you have to put in is to get to know yourself consistently. Start journaling, start taking yourself out on dates, start reflecting, start doing reflection Sundays, start doing things that will teach you things about your own self. When you know what you actually want, you can then expect it from a partner, from a family member, from from your peers, from your colleagues, from people at office, from your business. When you know what you want, it becomes so much more clear. Now your life is not dependent on what she's doing, what he's doing, what my favorite actor is doing. Now your life is on the basis of what you actually want, not what everybody else wants. You are now taking the steps to get to a better place for your own self. You are now building your goals for your own self, for the life that you want to live, not anybody else, not the blueprints, not the blueprints that your family gave you, not the life that your favorite actor lives, not the life that your friends live, the life that you want to live. Because there are so many influences into our lives, we get pulled into so many different directions from our family, friends, influencers, and like haters and enemies and colleagues. We are tend to feel that we are lost sometimes, and it is okay to feel lost. I told you, but the day you feel lost, that means you're trying to learn something. That the day you feel lost, that means you're trying to build something, that means you're trying to improve, that means you're trying to become better at your own life. Start doing this SWOT analysis with yourself, which is your strengths and weaknesses and opportunities and threats. Ask these questions to your trusted ones. Ask what your strengths are. Ask what you're bad at. Learn to develop these skills that you actually are good at. Like, I'm good at camera, and I did that with my last company. I used to do these Instagram lives for them, and I realized that I'm so good at it right now that I can talk in front of the camera for hours and hours, and I can actually build my own YouTube channel. It takes a minute, okay? It takes a hot minute for you to accept that you're good at something, you to understand that, hey, I can build something on my own. How many more years are you going to work for somebody else? Why don't you start working for yourself and building on your own strengths to build something big for your own self? So let me sum that up for you. If you feel lost right now, that means you are going on to the next level. Get ready to level up, get ready to get better, get ready to live a bigger and better life. Every day is a day one of something that is going to lead you to one day of something huge, something big, something rich, something amazing. So treat every day is a day one as an opportunity to build something better for yourself. It's not a competition. Everybody has their own line, and on they are all on their own timeline. So never compare yourself to anyone. The only person that you should compare yourself with is the last year you, and get consistently better at your own game. Take small actions, take small actions, take bigger actions towards your goal. Take those actions every day. Take the next step to do something huge, build something huge for your own self. More time to learn about yourself, to learn about the way you want to live life, the life you want to build for your own self. Learn more about your own self. The more you know about your own self, the more you know how you want to live life. You should not be one of those people who doesn't know about themselves. Take the time to actually learn about yourself. And as the famous song says, apna time aayega, your time will come. Your time will come, and you're going to be huge. You deserve the world. Never forget that you deserve the world. You deserve big things in the world. You are actually supposed to build something big for yourself. Trust yourself, believe yourself, and it will happen. And that's all for today's video. I am Darshini. If I added value into your life, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.